When COVID hit, my life started to fall apart, so I got into EMDR therapy and remembered some pretty terrible stuff from my childhood. When I told the police, they went out and found a witness who corroborated what I remembered in therapy. And then I found out that in the state of Ohio, survivors like me have no legal options to hold anyone accountable. So I'm going to change the laws.
Now Graham is sharing his painful story with lawmakers in hope of changing Ohio law.
There are many states that have no statute of limitations on rape.
Graham believes it's time for Ohio to follow.
I think there's an opportunity for our politicians to be heroes here. They could go out and save children's lives.
Ohio child sex abuse survivors must take civil action by the age of 30. Chris says these limits protect predators and the organizations that shield them.
Current laws failed hundreds of victims who caught up in the scandal at Ohio State.
Graham is not alone in his pursuit of changing Ohio law. So are survivors of former OSU Dr. Richard Strauss.
Now, the victims of priests and victims of Dr. Strauss will work together.
We are seeing a larger coalition develop of Ohioans and advocates.
We're 100% determined to unify and to get other sexual assault survivors to speak up and tell their stories.
Ohio is falling behind the rest of the country. We need to look at other states that have reformed their statute of limitation laws.
They're trying to unify sexual assault victims from all over the state to put pressure on the Statehouse. Do you think that's going to be effective?
No.
When Ohio lawmakers last revised the statute of limitations for child sex abuse, Bill Seitz was in the middle of the action.
I wrote the law in 2006. If you look around the country, you will find many Catholic dioceses that have gone bankrupt as a result of decisions in other states to suspend the statute of limitations. You will find that the Boy Scouts are paying out an unbelievable amount of money to settle claims.
So he's telling all of us constituents in Ohio that he's worried about protecting institutions that cover up rapists and predators. That's insane to me.
I think we're basically just opening the window for lawsuits that will bankrupt institutions that have done and continue to do a lot of good in our community.
Sexual abuse survivors have more visibility today than they have in years past, and it's partly why they believe these proposals won't pass, where so many others have failed here at the Statehouse.
This isn't a Republican issue. It's not a Democrat issue. This is about our children. And any bills that we want to see come forward, we want to see that as a joint effort between Republicans and Democrats. This isn't an opportunity for politics right now. This is an opportunity to prevent one of the worst crimes on the face of the planet from happening to our children.
Look, it's time to get rid of the statute of limitations in regard to rape.
For too long in Ohio, survivors of sexual abuse and violence have not had the opportunity to seek justice.
We are calling on the General Assembly to eliminate the statute of limitations for the crime of rape.
The people who are not supportive of this legislation are actually being helpful to the perpetrators.
The trauma caused by sexual abuse does not have a statute of limitations. Now I'd like to hand this over to Mr. Chris Graham, who is a strong voice and advocate in this space.
Hello, my name is Chris Graham. I'm from Westerville, Ohio, and in 1997, I was the victim of a priest. If you want to change the laws in a state, you can go to the Statehouse and just knock on the doors of senators and just try to build relationships. It helps to have an insane story. And there she is. You know, we're running a little bit late, so we're gonna jaywalk to the Statehouse. Senator Antonio's office? I know it's...
This elevator right here takes you straight up there.
Ooh, good call. All right, thank you. Uh-oh. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I've been in the legislature, both in the House and now in the Senate, long enough to see legislators really change their minds and come to a different way of thinking on big issues. And that advocacy that I'm talking about is when people come and tell their stories and talk to them one-on-one in a frame that's not antagonistic, and a willingness on both sides to just listen just listen.
So as you're getting folks together, so, just keep us informed. Let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Yeah.
Best of luck with all your other videos.
Thank you.
Like I said, avoid any authority and you'll
Avoid any authority. Sounds good. Thank you guys, John. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys around.
See you soon.
Take it easy. When I first started coming to the Statehouse, I met Senator Coonsey. We wrote a bill together, and Senator Antonio is the co-sponsor on that bill.
Thank you, members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. This bill seeks to allow justice to take place for the many children who were abused by adults in positions of power.
The average age victims of child sexual abuse come forward is 52 years old.
It certainly shows that maybe this is an area we need to be looking at, and it's certainly an area that, since coming into the legislature, I've evolved on a little bit.
Remember this guy? In the House, he's the Republican majority leader. But in the Senate, this guy is the Republican majority leader. Chris Graham.
Chris, okay.
I'm here with Senator Scheuring. He is on the committee that is considering SB 226.
It is so insidious, so unexplainable, inexplicable that what you had to go through. Senator Antonio is a good friend of mine, and certainly anything I can do on the committee to help her and help you and others like you, we want to see that.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
We just passed a bill in that committee where we would create a child abuse ombudsperson, and that obviously would have helped you back to you were being abused.
Senator Scheuring's help is a big deal. It means that this bill could turn into a law that someday will save lives. Great tacos here at the Statehouse.
House tacos.
House tacos. Senator Antonio.
Yes.
Mr. Scheuring just asked me to tell you that he was going to support our bill.
That's awesome. He's a good guy.
Well, I would call that a successful day of lobbying / activating. What do you call it? Now that is super exciting. America. Gonna get this done. Change is coming. Change is coming.